Good morning everybody. Hope that you are fine. Today I will discuss about 10th standard geography. My last video you have seen in that natural resources. I have discussed about soil resources and natural vegetation. Today another one natural resources, about that I will discuss, that is water resources. Life is possible on the earth due to the presence of water, you know everyone. Because we are drinking water, without water we cannot live. 3/4 of the earth's surface is covered with water. Water is found below the earth's surface, and that is 70% of human body is in, there is water. So where we will find this water? We will find this water in that above the surface, means surface water, and also in the underground water. Now, what is the source of this water? We will find this water in the sources. Main sources are oceans, rivers, lakes, streams, ponds, streams, etc. And dams, wells, tube wells, hand pumps, canals, man-made sources. These are the man-made sources of water. Now, I have told you that two places we have found this water. That is surface water and underground water. What is surface water? Water present on the surface of the earth in the form of rivers, lakes, ponds and streams. These are called the surface water. And underground water, what is underground water? Rainwater, you know that rainwater seeps through the soil, and whenever this rainwater seeps to the soil and reaching in the non-porous rock below, then if there is any cracks or joints are there, then through that they are seeping up to the ground level. So this water, as it is reaching in the underground, so this is called underground water. Sometimes due to the high pressure, this water gushes out in the form of springs, and we can get this water by digging well, tube well, in these various methods. Now this water, we know that this water is so much valuable, so we have to conserve our water. How we can conserve our water? And first we will see what is the need to conserve the water. First of all, everybody, you know that population is increasing day by day. So we are discussing about our Indian water resource. So Indian population also, you know, just after China. So because of overpopulation, the underground water often results the lowering down of water table. As water table is going down, so it is very impossible for us to take out the water from ground. That's why we need to conserve water. And secondly, you know that Ganga, Yamuna, these are the most polluted rivers of our India. So that because of their exploitation, the glaciers started to melting at a high rate, and it is believed that all the perennial rivers will be extinct within 25 years. So for that also it is needed to conserve water. Next, you know that our India is a tropical country. Tropical country means maximum part, this part 8 degree north to 23.5 degree north, and that is Tropic of Cancer. This part is totally under tropical zone. Tropical zone means, you have read the climate chapter, that's why you know that the tropical zone means they are affected by the monsoon winds. Monsoon winds, you know, two types of monsoon winds are there, that is southwest monsoon winds and northeast monsoon winds. In between southwest monsoon winds only brings the rainfall, because they are going from sea to land. Anyway, I'm not discussing about southwest monsoon winds. I'm saying about the rainfall. As this rainfall, India is totally dependent on that southwest monsoon winds. So we know that they are sometimes coming late and sometimes early. Means India totally depends on seasonal rainfall, and there is unevenly distributed of rainfall. That Cherrapunji, in Mosin Ram, you know that the highest rainfall is there, whereas the third descent means Mosin Ram here, that is Garo, Khasi and Jaintia, this side Mosin Ram, there is huge amount of rainfall, whereas in this part means Rajasthan area, third desert, there is less than 25 centimeter rainfall. So there is uneven distribution of rainfall. So uneven distribution, because of that, wherever this Rajasthan part there is scarcity of water. Due to that reason, we have to conserve water. Then we can say that is excessive irrigation. To meet this excessive irrigation sometimes also need more water. Next, we can say that the industries also use huge amount of water. Because of that, that we need to conserve water. And afforestation, last chapter I told you we should have to do afforestation, otherwise our life is in danger. So for this afforestation, for planting the trees also, it is needed to conserve water. Now we have seen that we need to conserve water means we have to store water. Now the question is that how we can store this water. There are different methods are there. In between that, number one is that rainwater harvesting. Rainwater harvesting, what is this? This is one method to store or conserve of water by use of water tanks during rainy season or during rainfall, so that we can use this water in the dry season, and the scarcity, as a result, the scarcity of water will be decreased. Now, how this rainwater harvesting, how the people are doing this? What is the process? What is the method? You know that the houses' roofs are sometimes slanting. So, whenever there is rainfall, that on the roofs, then by sprinkling that water, it is collecting in the tanks, and collecting whenever they are collected in the tanks, then from those tanks we can use that water in the dry period. So this is generally found in Rajasthan area. Sorry, this is found rainwater harvesting everywhere we can do. This is not in Rajasthan area, I'm sorry. So next is that we will see that is water droplets whenever from the rooftops get collected in the tanks, then that is called rainwater harvesting. And the source of this rainwater harvesting is what? That is also rivers and streams. There also it is collected, and from there again we can use the water. Next, another method is Johar. What is Johar? This Johar is this practice. This is also one method of conserving the water. So this is also we have found in Rajasthan area. It is also check dams or embankments to build to store the rainwater during the monsoon season on a large scale to prevent the scarcity of water during the dry period. Now, generally, we have found this in the, I have told you this is found in the Rajasthan region. What is what we have seen from here? What is the importance of this rainwater harvesting? This process, the number one we can say, the process is the means to preserve rainwater to be used in the dry period. Secondly, rainwater which is not in use, drains, then for mankind purpose, we can use that. Third, to population, due to population demand, this process can be preserved all over in our India. Fourth, that industries can use this water, that rainwater, by rainwater harvesting, whatever the waters are there, industries can use also this water. Then next, excessive use of underground water lowering down the water table. So we can, if we will store this water, then afterwards we can use this water. And next, that it improves the quality of groundwater by diluting the salinity. And next, it provides drinking water whenever no water anywhere. So directly we will drink? No, directly not. You know the different process are there by boiling, whatever the water we are getting after that, by boiling we can get this water also for drinking purposes. Next, some traditional methods are there for storing the water. What are those traditional methods? These are various kinds rainwater harvesting, that is Kunds. Kunds, where we have found, one process is Kunds. Kunds we have found in the hard desert, means this Rajasthan area. Kunds. Then bamboo drip irrigation. Bamboo drip irrigation, where we have found, this is found in the northeastern hilly regions. See, northeastern, these hilly regions. Then next, cool irrigation, that is Trans-Himalayan region. Next, that is that Jorhat, already I have told you, that is in central part of India. Next, Bhandaras. Bhandaras is there, that Bhandaras, one method is there, that is found in the Deccan Plateau region. Sundargam, that is where we have found in the western part of the region. Korangu, found in the Eastern Ghat region. And then Jing in Ladakh. Then Dongapons, the names, these are the names. Dongapons in this Assam area, this Assam, Sin, Dongapons in Assam. And then Keretangs, that is Keretangs where in Karnataka, this area, Keretangs in Karnataka. So these are the various methods for the conserve the water. Next, some modern methods are also there. Modern methods, that is pit recharge, trenches, filtration tank, and dung well. These are the modern methods for conserving water. So, conserving water is very, very essential for our day-to-day life, as there is scarcity of water everywhere and the population due to population demand. Next, this is mainly, this full chapter water resources I have divided into two parts. One is that conservation of water. Second part I will discuss about the irrigation. Irrigation, because by storing the water we are using irrigation. Irrigation is the, you know everyone, that irrigation is the artificial method of for the giving water to the plants. That is artificial method. But anyway, today I will discuss about, because this is very big chapter, so it is not possible to discuss that water resources conservation and irrigation all together. That's why today I am finishing my this chapter up to this. Next chapter I will discuss about the irrigation. So up to this you will learn. Stay at home, stay safe, and follow my next video that is irrigation. Then it will be easier for you to learn this full chapter. Have a nice day. Okay.